So Lunar actually got an update a couple of days ago. I think it was the 24th, and I'm basically just going to be going over the new update in this video because it's actually pretty cool in my opinion, and I'm kind of doing that recently. I've been kind of going over the new Lunar updates whenever there are any, and this is my first time playing on this map, and it's a little bit odd. I don't know which is the right way to rush here. I'm assuming it's not a side rush because the side rush looks a little bit way too far, but anyways, basically we're going to be going over the Lunar update in this video. Now this update happened a couple of days ago, and the most notable thing about this entire update is definitely the chat. If you've looked at the chat in my last couple of videos, there's a very smooth chat, and this was actually added by Lunar recently, and it was one of the couple things that was added in their new update, and this update is overall very sick. I think I'm going to refer to this as the smooth update because of this chat. It just looks so good, and honestly it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. So I'm really excited. You know, this chat looks so nice. I'm gonna get used to this hopefully, because for so many years, you know, we've used that normal pop-up chat that just goes up in lines, and I feel like I can't switch back to that now because if I do, it'll look really ugly. But you know what, I'm not complaining. I really like this. You know, it looks really nice and I have no problem with it. Aside from just the very smooth chat, there's also a couple other updates with the chat mod. You can actually copy your coordinates with a keybind, which is so cool. So let's look at my chords for a second. Let's look -80, 77, 43. If I click the L keybind on my keyboard and then I go to tab and then I do Control V, you can actually see my coordinates copy pasted on the bottom left. Now this is really cool because I think a lot of times and especially like proximity videos and UAC and whatnot, like this is pretty useful because if you're playing like in a team event and you don't have comms with the person you're playing with, this is going to be super convenient, and it's just one of those ease of access things that kind of just helps out. You know, it's not going to be too much of an impact, but overall it is more on the helpful side, so I definitely do not mind. Now obviously this update wasn't literally just like one thing, which is the chat. They actually added a new mod which is called the color saturation mod. This mod is pretty self-explanatory. You can basically just change the hue and the saturation, the vibrance of your game, and that is super interesting. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to mess up my render settings or whatnot. Like I have no reason to do it, but it's a pretty cool feature, honestly. It's pretty sick. Let me just go into this for a second and show you guys what I mean. So if we go to color saturation, you can see the hue, saturation, brightness, and contrast. So not the vibrance, excuse me, but you can see all of that, and I'm not gonna, you know, mess with these settings, but if you guys want to see what's going on with that, you can freely go into your Lunar and just go ahead and just check that out. It's pretty cool. Now there's actually even more. This is not it. There was a couple Skyblock mods added. I'm pretty sure there's a Skyblock waypoint mod or whatever, but we don't really care about that. I know there's like a fairy soul mod as well, but yeah, personally I don't really care about that stuff. I'm not a Skyblock player. I don't think I'll ever be a Skyblock player, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a worry for us, so I'm not really going to get into the details of that. But there is even more. They actually added a Hypixel mod section, which I think was already a thing. I think Hypixel mods was already a thing, but they added some new features, and some of the features they added is you can now hide guilds on tabs. So when you're in the lobby, basically people in a guild have this guild tag next to their name, and you can hide that now. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that, but you know, it's just kind of like an I don't know, it's just a quality of life change, you know. It's just makes it kind of cleaner for players that prefer not having the tags next to their names, which is cool. You know, it's pretty awesome. You can also hide your guild MOTD when you join Hypixel. I don't know what MOTD stands for, but basically if you're in a guild and you join Hypixel, sometimes there's going to be a GMOTD, and it's like a little short message that welcomes your guild, or I don't know, it's like a short message that just kind of speaks to your guild members when they join the server. And this guy will not stop fireballing me. Oh my god. So it's just kind of cool. You can disable it. Maybe you're in a very good guild, but the MOTD is something toxic and you don't want to see it. You can always just disable it now and not have to worry about ever seeing that ever again. You can now hide lobby join messages. I'm actually pretty sure this was already a thing. I might be mistaken, but it was on the changelog, so I'm going to say it anyways. I'm not sure if it was a thing or not, but that's just kind of cool to have. And the last Hypixel mod that was changed is you can now enable short chat channel prefixes. So if you go into Hypixel mods, you can actually just see short chat channel messages. I'm not too sure what that does, but I'm sure you guys can figure that out yourself. I think there was one more major update that happened in this changelog, and that is the fire slider, which is probably one of the most useful mods in this entire update. This is so smooth and I absolutely love it. Now, I know a lot of people use specific texture packs that have low fire, and low fire is very common, especially in the PvP community, but we've all noticed that Lunar is very, very friendly to not only their 1.7 and 1.8 players, but also their newer version players. So for those of the people that have those newer versions and don't have all these crazy packs that have low fire, this is a great feature. Basically what this does is it changes where the fire shows up on your screen, so it's just super useful and super helpful as well. It's definitely going to help me out if I'm ever on fire and I'm using a big fire pack or something that doesn't hide the fire on my screen. It's basically a slider that you can use that just moves where the fire is on your screen if you're taking fire damage. So this is just, it's super awesome, and once again, a quality of life update. Like, these aren't huge changes or anything, but you know, you kind of love to see this stuff, honestly. I love that Lunar cares so much about their fan base, and they've shown honestly how successful they can be with all these attentive changes, and honestly, I'm a huge fan. Okay, we are in the next game. There's a couple more things that I want to go over. Obviously, the fire changer mod. If you guys don't know where that is, you go into settings, and right here you can change the fire height. So I'm actually going to lower this probably to like maybe 0.4, and that way I'll be able to see if there's fire on my screen, but it'll be just enough to the point where I know where it is and it doesn't affect my gameplay whatsoever. So it'll just be a lot easier to PvP if I'm on fire, and it'll be less of a distraction, besides the obvious fire ticks, which are going to be a pain. That's never going to go away. There's one more thing I forgot to mention aside from the bug fixes that aren't really relevant enough to go over specifically, and those are the additional changes that happened on the Lunar website. For those of you guys that don't know, they have a whole website for their store, they have a separate website for their client, and a separate website for their server, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure their store website and their client website were both revamped and completely changed to be a lot cleaner and a lot more creator friendly. Obviously, one of the biggest parts of Lunar is the whole partner cloaks and capes and all of those cosmetics, and Lunar has done a very good job with actually having a whole section for each creator and making it look really nice with their profile picture and just a bunch of cool, really nice looking things that just makes it look super clean. I'm gonna put it on the screen now so that you guys know what I'm talking about, but overall, definitely a good little addition. Gives the creator a little bit more recognition. It's like a channel page except on a Lunar cosmetics site, which is so cool. Overall, this update is literally so smooth, and that's kind of why I called it the smooth update. Like, oh my god, you know what's not smooth? You lagging. That was a little bit odd. This guy is super laggy, but it's okay. We're gonna hopefully stash some stuff here. Let's get iron armor gap tier 2, and we're gonna go in for this guy. But yeah, overall, this update has been super smooth, and I'm super happy that Lunar is so good with their updates. They do them so often, and I'm pretty sure I made an update video on Lunar. I made 2 actually less than a month ago, so the fact that we already have another update is so sick. They've been doing such a good job recently, and honestly, it just makes me really happy to be partnered with this team. Another thing I want to mention is, I'm gonna vaguely mention this because I don't want to get into it, but I may or may not have some Lunar capes coming. Just maybe. The designs are still maybe a work in progress. You know, if I potentially maybe decide to theoretically, hypothetically go through with getting my own capes, who knows? Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I guess you'll have to see for yourself and find out in a couple weeks. Let's just try to go ahead and win this game. This has been a pretty good video. We went over everything. Besides, there are some bug fixes that we didn't quite go over, but I don't think those are really important enough to mention, and obviously we didn't go over the Skyblock update stuff either, but we don't really care about that very much if we're being honest. I think that's another thing. Lunar's kind of done a really good job of kind of balancing with what they update, unlike how Hypixel has been doing it up till recently, which Hypixel's also been doing a pretty good job with updates recently. Lunar kind of updates every part of their client, not just one part. They just added like a bunch of overall Hypixel quality of life updates, and they added some bedwars stats, they added some Skyblock updates. They've just added so much. You know, they're working on their store. They have 1.17 and 1.18 support, so overall, just super good job, Lunar. I don't know if anyone from the staff team is watching this video, but keep up the good work. I think that I can speak for this whole community when I say that we really appreciate the support support, because honestly, being someone that uses your client daily, this is super cool, and I just love seeing stuff like this because it's just pretty sick, you know? It's just pretty sick seeing the client I use every day get updated so often. This guy is just kind of camping here, and I don't know if I want to go to his bed because he's got diamonds, meaning he's going to be more stacked than me. Also, he's hiding, waiting for me, which is very concerning. So I think I'm going to back up here and probably try to run away. Let me go over here and let me just get all the stuff here because like I literally have so much in my chest, it would just be waste not to use it. I think what we're gonna get is we're gonna get a bow so that we can intimidate him. Let's get a fireball. I say a fireball. Let's get a couple fireballs. Let's also get some ladders, which I don't really buy much anymore since the value is a lot lower than it used to be. Okay, yeah, so he just has wool actually, so we just need shears. We don't need tools. Gonna maybe hit him off here. Okay, yeah, we should have him. He doesn't seem too crazy at the game. There we go. Don't fireball me from below. I think we're good. I think I'm gonna fireball the bed. I'm gonna pre-gap. I'm gonna fireball it again. This guy definitely has got like a fireball or something. I want to go up here. Perfect. I think we're gonna bow combo him. I think we go for the bow combo. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. I don't know. I don't want to take fall damage. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to... Okay, the bow combo. Perfect. And let's kill him. GG, that bow combo was perfect. Anyways, we got a 5 final game. Pretty good game for a commentary. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I will keep you guys updated on all the Lunar updates and lots more Bed Wars content coming soon. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out.